What's up, guys? We're going to be talking about the most undervalued muscle car of today. Now, these SN95s get kind of looked over because you have the New Edge and the Fox body on either end of it. Obviously, the older guys and even I, Fox body is a beautiful car. The New Edge is a beautiful car, and it's just slightly better performance-wise, handling-wise. The New Edge is just better than the SN95. Since people don't really think about the SN95, you can find them for better deals. You get two engine options in the SN95 instead of just one. So like I have the 4.62 valve. It's almost the same as the New Edge. It just has different heads or whatever. It's not that hard to still make the same amount of power. And you also can get the pushrod 5.0 and do an old school build on it. So you get two options for whatever, what kind of engine you're feeling. The only downside we have with being in between the Fox body and the New Edge is most people don't really know what this is, or they associate it with just V6 cars, crackheads, smokers. This is kind of a smoker's car. Most people don't enjoy the way this looks compared to a Fox body or New Edge. The only reason that I and a lot of people really have the appreciation for this car is you have to understand where Ford was coming from when they made it. The Fox body was the muscle car, and even then people thought the Fox body looked wrong, but it was it's a muscle car, it's a pony car. The New Edge, yeah, it's a muscle car, it's a Mustang. This car, some people don't feel like it is a Mustang, it just doesn't look like one. But you have to realize that this came out the same time that JDM was really getting popular here in America. The 240 was getting really popular. Tuner cars were really getting popular. So this car was competing with them. Imagine a 240 with a 215 horsepower V8, a good diff, and a decent looking body. I mean, you can get body kits for these that make it look almost identical to a 240. So even though these cars don't make a lot of power from factory, only, especially the SN95, only like 200, 215 if you're lucky, they'll still do a burnout. Improved burnout right here. This car does have an off-road X-pipe, an exhaust or whatever, and an intake, but that's like 5 horsepower maybe. It's untuned, whatever, and it still will destroy the tires in first gear. Like I could do a burnout forever. Now on the downside is, yeah, it only makes like 200 horsepower. So you kind of got to watch out if a Honda Accord pulls up on you, because you might lose. Number 3 on this list is that this car brings you back to the 90s. I wasn't born in the 90s. I wasn't even born close to the 90s. So I can't really tell you what it was like. But this makes me feel like I'm in the 90s. There ain't no emissions crap or nothing, and there's no technology in this car. It's just raw power, manual. It's just great. It's a fun car. I play some rock music. I drive around. Old dudes love it. Women love it. That's not true. But it's a great car, honestly. Now, when we talk about 90s, we have to talk about 90s interior, which honestly, in a Mustang, I think is a decent interior. It feels sporty, feels like a cockpit, until you kind of get to the plastics and everything is loose. Everything, I can't find good examples right now. Everything kind of creaks. Everything's got some wiggle wobble. This knob no working no more. This vent likes to close on its own. It's just not high quality. I wish I had better examples right now, but it feels cheap. It doesn't feel luxury. But at the time, the competing car with this was technically the Camaro, and I would not say that GM had a good interior in the 90s either. It was honestly just the era. The plastic was new or whatever, I guess, and they failed on the interiors on most 90s muscle cars. Now again, on the styling aspect, as long as you do like the way these cars look, they look great. You know, I have a Cobra bumper. You know, it can look like whatever you want it to look like. Like I said, it can look like a 240. It can look like a Cobra. It can look like a regular GT. It can look like a V6. You can put a big wing on it. You can put a regular wing on it. You can put a spoiler like duckbill on it. You can go clear taillights. You can go smoke. I mean, you can do whatever you want to these cars. There's a ton of options. You can bag them. You can build track cars. Anything you want, the options are available for you. And again, back onto the con side. Back onto the cons, it's cheap. As you can see, this part is kind of broken. My fog lights don't work anymore. It doesn't fit anymore. There's some weird panel gap things going on. It's not, I wouldn't call it a very high quality built vehicle. The paint is faded in weird spots. My little lights coming out down here. But there are plenty of body kits. There's plenty of places that'll wrap or paint your car. So you just pick one up. It doesn't have to look that good. And just fix it up. Go to a junkyard. There's about 1 billion parts to put on these cars. And on the subject of parts, it would be a miracle if you could not find a used part for this car. Any of them. Yeah, I guarantee you, with a tiny bit of searching, you can find a used part. Any engine part used. Performance parts used. Junkyards, there's about 1 billion of these. Everybody's grandma, for some reason, had one of these, V6 or GT. But again, the V6, it had most of the same. The only differences really were just the engine options. So you could pull, the brakes are the same if you need, you know, calipers or something. You can, bumpers, hoods, fenders, doors, wherever doors are, doors, interior pieces, like literally everything. I guarantee any junkyard you go to, there will be at least one New Edge or SN95. And that is a pro that the New Edge and SN95 are almost the same, because most of the parts are going to bolt right on. I mean, like most of the body panels will, not all of them, but almost all the interior I think is exactly the same. And of course, got to bring up a downside to, you know, being able to get so many parts for it so easy, is that you're probably going to need to get a lot of parts for it, hopefully for pretty cheap and easy, because it's got issues. I mean, I know that it's a Ford, it's going to break down. It's just kind of part of the thing, you know. I mean, they're pretty reliable. It's not a new Ford. Any older vehicle is going to be more reliable and easier to work on, but you're going to have to work on it. The interior parts are probably going to break or fall apart. Your windows are probably going to stop working. Your locks might stop working. So you're going to need to find parts. So it's a great thing that they are easy to find.